How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with another Arizona Coyotes franchise mode video for you guys. And the reason this one took so long is I wanted to wait until they had the trade deadline rosters out. I didn't know what Arizona was going to do, if they were going to acquire somebody, but the rest of the league, a lot of shakeup was made. Matt Duchene is now in Columbus, etc. Mark Stone is now in Vegas, so that does kind of impact us a little bit because they are in our division. One that I know personally from being a Sabres fan is that Brandon Montour is in Buffalo. I mean, that's not the biggest trade that happened, but obviously, that's just what I know. As you guys can see here, there is Stone up there with Carlson and Pacioretty, so that team looks much, much better. We didn't really do anything at the deadline. If we go to edit lines, everything will be the same. I'll just go to proposed trade. We didn't really make any moves, and that's kind of what you guys wanted me to do anyway. But I guess we'll reassess and rerun the trade deadline when we get there. But as far as draft picks, we have 1, 2, 3, 3. We don't have a 5, but we've got 2 6s, 2 3s. That's a lot of draft picks in my opinion for a real life team. Obviously, when you guys are doing your franchise modes, I'm sure you guys can get many more picks. But for now, that is fine. And I asked you guys in the last one, do we want to tank, go for it all, or go with the flow? And I gotta say, on a vote of 5-4, option B, which was go with the flow, is the winner. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do here, guys. I am going to simulate and probably until January 1st, see where the team is, see what you guys want me to do. I'll have my own opinions in mind, but I think right now I'm going to ask this question to you right off the bat. If we end up being good, so you're going to have two options here, guys. If we're good, do we trade big or small? Meaning, do we go and get somebody big for a top line here? Or do we go ahead and, get middle six, bottom six guys that are going to help fill it out? Do we, find somebody better than Hinostroza? Actually, I think I'm going to put Galchenyuk on the first line there next to Stepan. There we go. Do we have Schmaltz can be our center. We'll put Grabner. Is Dvorak a left winger? He's a center, so it doesn't really matter. And I think I'm going to leave it as that. So those are going to be the lines. My questions to you are, do we go for somebody big, maybe a first or second liner, or small, a third, fourth liner if we're buying at the deadline? Or if we're selling at the deadline, who do you guys want to see me ship off, and what should I get back? Should I get prospects, picks, big players, like medium elite players who quite aren't good yet? I can't think of one off the top of my head, but, Clayton Keller is not the kind of guy we'd be targeting. I'm thinking about those guys, those prospects that are medium elite. The Cal Foots from Tampa Bay, as an example. Not the guy I'm probably going to go after, but you guys understand what I am saying. So I'm going to go ahead, simulate through the first month. I'll catch back up with you guys at the end of October, and I'll be doing the scouting in this one because I know in the last one I let the computer do it. It wasn't great, so I'm going to do it myself. So I will see you guys at the end of October. Alright guys, here we are at the end of the first period of simulation. I am going to simulate as I have to scout. So as you can see, I got 10 amateur scouts to go ahead and assign up there. But yeah, so far this month has not been very good to us. November, we were decent in October. Don't get me wrong. But oh my god, the injuries hit us, and they hit us hard, guys. Like, it's ridiculous how many... I think, yeah, oh yeah, we're at the bottom. Okay, so I guess option B and A, we're basically going to be the same thing. We are at the bottom of the Pacific. And yeah, oh wow, St. Louis is, well, I guess St. Louis kind of got off to that start in real life. Let's see here, who else is doing poorly? The Detroit Red Wings are down there, the Rangers are down there, the Islanders are down there, and so are the Capitals. They're all right around us. Has not been great. Nick Schmaltz is our leading point getter. He has been lucky enough to not been struck with injuries. I swear to God, our team gets, our team bus is probably backing into players here or there, and somebody's going on the ice when the Zamboni's out there. Clayton Keller's only played 13 games, but he's got 10 points. Merkley's been in and out of the lineup because I've had to do so many line changes. Other than that, a lot of players have stayed healthy. As you can see here, Marin Hoss has played because he's had to. Hinostroza missed a couple games. Cousins has been in and out of the lineup. Jarmelson missed 3 games there. And we actually have a big injury. A big one of note is Antti Ranta sprained his MCL, and I think won't be back till Christmas Eve. So in the meantime, it's Darcy Kemper and Calvin Pickard locking down the show in net for us defensively. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is still doing well. He's playing, I think he's on a pairing with Goligoski, or no, he's on a pairing with Jarmelson. And we did miss him. He was a big one to lose. at the start there, but it doesn't look like we're doing so hot. I did turn injuries down. We're still getting some, but I think they're less frequent. My injury slider is at 9 right now. So if you guys want to see me turn them down even more than 9, I think we're just getting unlucky right now. We're 3-7 in our last 10. It's just not been going well. Hopefully the month of November and most of December, because I'm probably going to get all the way up to one of these 2 days, right at the start of the year, whatever the end of the next scouting cycle is for me. But it does look like we got some easier teams this month. Buffalo, the Islanders, the Rangers. Apparently the Predators are an easier team. The Blues. So we may be able to pick ourselves back up. If we don't, we may be in the boat of tanking, and that'll make your guys' decision down in the comment section a lot easier. But for now, I think we're just going to keep going with the flow. I'm not going to make too many changes. I think I'm going to leave Galchenyuk on that first line. I think I want to do that. Or maybe I'll move Schmaltz down to that second line and put Galchenyuk on the first line center. Balance it out a little bit. Because Stepan here, yeah, that's what I meant. Stepan. Galchenyuk's a minus. I mean, the first line's doing all right. Nick Schmaltz is doing really, really well. Like I said, he's one of the only guys to have avoided the injury bug. It's going around our locker room, apparently. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate up to the next scouting date, guys. And I will see you when we get there. And hopefully I can have some better news for you guys. Well, all right, guys. A lot of questions were not answered in that last simulation for me. We were up and down again. We went about 500, I guess. We didn't really get much better, but I mean, these last couple games, they were okay. This last, little stretch here from the 16th here down to now. Also, unfortunate news. Well, good news. Antti Ranta came back. Unfortunate news. I tried to send Calvin Pickard through waivers, and he got claimed by the Canadiens. So that's really disappointing. So Calvin Pickard is no longer part of this team. I maybe should have looked to trade him instead of waiving him, but I would hope that nobody would claim him, but I should have figured an 80 overall goaltender. I'd send him down instead of Kemper because Kemper is signed through next year and was playing better and is a better overall. So I know he's 2 years older, but I decided to send him down, Pickard down instead. But 19 and 20, still haven't lost in overtime though, so kudos to us. We either win it or we lose it. Nick Schmaltz, best performing member of the team. We're only above the lowly Vancouver Canucks here in the Pacific. Ottawa's down there at the bottom, and then the Islanders, Rangers, and Flyers are all the other teams beneath us. So if I had to take a guess, I think we'd be sellers at the trade deadline or now. Good news is Clayton Keller is growing. He's up to an 86. Which is really good news for us. He's got 22 points in 34 games, which isn't that great, but considering that, I guess Schmaltz has got, what has he got? 30 points in 39 games, and, he missed 5, so I guess it's all evening out, but, yeah, the team is not very good. There's no real, no threat on this team. It's just kind of a bunch of depth players, really. Derek Stepan's a guy that maybe we look to move at the deadline. He's got 3 years, $6.5 million. I don't think we're going to be able to move him. I don't want to move Dvorak. Hinostroza, no, he's on 2 years. I mean, 2 years isn't the end of the world. Richard Panik is somebody that we could look to move. Defensively, Goligoski, I don't know if anybody's going to take that contract. Demers, Chychrun, well, yeah, we're not moving Chychrun. Can tell you that much. Jarmelson, maybe Jarmelson's a guy that we look to move. He's a defensive defenseman. He's doing all right for us, but he's an 84 on an expiring deal, so maybe he's somebody we look to move. Unless, wait, no, he's got a contract extension, I think. So we'll have to see if somebody's going to want that contract extension. If we go to trade players here, I think there would be a market for Jarmelson, and I think he's the kind of guy that we would sell off if I had to say, let's sell somebody. Galchenyuk also got hurt for a little while here, but he does have a 2-year, $5 million extension. But Jarmelson could fetch us something pretty nice, maybe a prospect, maybe a pick from a champion like Boston. Buffalo's a hopeful, so they don't want him. But like the big teams, the contenders, they want him, like the Colorado Avalanche. Hopefully we could trade him to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Actually, you know what? We could, I don't think this is going to work or go through, but I can at least take a look at Colorado. There we go. And they do have a pick that I would like to get my hands on, but I don't think we're going to get it for just Jarmelson. We'd probably have to throw some more in, maybe some more players, maybe a pick or two. But they do want to give it up, and that would be a kind of pick that I think that we would love to go after, is the Ottawa Senators pick there. They would still keep their own now. Of course, they would probably be more willing to trade their own. But I would like to get the Senators pick out of Jarmelson. I don't know what else we'd have to give up. I mean, maybe we give up a second in the deal as well, and maybe that gets it to go through. I don't know what's going to get it to go through. I could always try some stuff. Rookie skaters, do we have any like prospects that I might want to give away? Like this Joseph guy. I could give away Joseph. I don't know anything about Joseph here, but Pierre-Olivier Joseph doesn't look like he's going to be too good. He's a decent skater, though. Average shot. But, you know, something like this, and maybe throw in a third as well. But when we get that Ottawa Senators pick, and, you know, by trading with the Colorado Avalanche, who have the Senators pick, we don't make the Senators any better, which is something that always which sucks, because you make a trade, you get a first, and it's from a team who's doing poorly. And apparently the player, like if I traded Schmaltz away for some reason, he would just go absolutely light it up. He'd put in 40 more goals for the rest of the year, goal per game kind of thing, and just absolutely carry them out of the basement. So if we trade with the Colorado Avalanche, that doesn't affect the Ottawa Senators at all, and they're one of the only teams beneath us. The Islanders are there as well, but the Islanders have their pick. Same thing with the Rangers. So you guys can see here that I think making that deal with Colorado would be our best bet. I mean, I know they're still in the West, but they're not in the division. They have cap space. They want Jarmelson, and I think I might be able to get a deal to go through for that Senators pick. Because if we go look at the team standings right now, we're probably going to see that, well, we're at the bottom. The Anaheim Ducks are at the top, so congratulations, Ducks fans. This world, you guys are on top. They're the second best team in the end. Are you kidding me? EA, come on. Like, that team's not bad. I mean, I get it. It's underperforming IRL, but, like, they just traded Montour. And now they have Brendan Gooley just kicking it there on the bottom pairing instead. Gooley, I like Gooley as a prospect. As a Sabres fan, I think he's going to be good, Ducks fans. But, anyway, places. Ottawa Senators are right down there, and they could easily drop a little bit further. The Islanders are looking like they're going to be bottom, so I don't know if we could catch anybody at this point. We could drop, we could take off, we could do whatever, but I really think we're just going to keep dropping. So I think we're going to end up tanking. We trade some players, maybe even like a step on. I don't know who's going to want that deal. But if you guys come up with some ideas and some options, I would be all for it. Oh my God, New York. That is, I feel so bad for the fans that go to those games. 2.18 goals? That is horrible. How did the Colorado Avalanche do so good? What? All right, whatever. I guess they're just kicking it there in the Central, and the Central's apparently relatively, yeah, that's a light division. We would be right here. That's sad. We would be 6 points out of a playoff spot, but instead we are 8 points out of okay, so we're 7 points out of a playoff spot. We're not that far out, but come, you know, midway through the season, I would like to see us higher. At this point, I think the best move would be for us to tank and acquire picks. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.